guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me using my products that I pulled in this past week's makeup basket. So I have everything sitting here. I even have my beauty blender, or actually my Real Technique sponge, ready to go. So we're going to start with primer. So my primer that I chose this week, I chose two different ones. I chose the Bobbi Brown. It's called the Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I really love this because it definitely gives your skin a lot of hydration, but it doesn't feel greasy or oily or anything like that. It smells so good. I love the way this stuff smells. Let's drop the lid. I love the way this stuff smells. It smells very citrusy. So for me, this is like one of my favorites. It's like a go-to like primer for me. It's more like a moisturizer in my opinion than it is a primer. Then the other one I chose is the Tarte Brighter Days. So this one here is, I'm dropping everything today. This one here is very illuminating. So if you want something that's super illuminating on your skin, you want to try this one. If you want more of just something that's going to give your skin a lot of hydration, I would choose the Bobbi Brown Face Base. This one here I'm not going to use today because I did use it in combination with my Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Illumination. So I pulled this back out of my declutter series where I decluttered it, and then I was like, I'm not sure I really want to declutter it because everybody was talking about how good it is for dry skin, and I was like, well, why did I get rid of it then? So anyway, I pulled it back out, and then I tried it with these two together, and it's way too illuminating, so I'm not going to use that, but I will use the Bobbi Brown Face Base. So we're going to use this today. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my fingers here, and I'm going to put this into my skin. I do have a breakout on my chin here. I was sick this week, and for some reason when I woke up from being sick, my skin was extremely dry, and then my chin almost completely peeled off. Like there was a whole bunch of dry skin on my chin, and then after the skin did that, it was like a zit there, and I'm like, what in the world happened? I have no idea how I did that or what happened. I don't know if maybe I was just dehydrated from being sick and that my skin was very, very dry as well. I don't know. But either way, that's what happened to my chin. So we're going to put this on. It feels so good. It's nice and, like I said, very hydrating, and it smells lovely. I love the way it smells. It smells absolutely amazing. So for me, it's like an all-in-one type of product for me with my dry skin. It gives that hydration that my skin needs, plus it smells good. So you guys know I'm all about the smell of things. I love anything that smells good, so yes. Now I'm going to go in with my Cosmetics CC Plus Illumination, the Color Correcting Illumination Full Coverage Cream, Anti-Aging Hydrating Serum SPF 50. I think they'd like make this a mouthful on purpose because they want you to like say this long name, and then after you're done you're like, okay. That's what I think that they do. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. So now I'm going to put this on my hand here and then just dab a little bit onto my skin. This has really good coverage for being a CC cream. I forget how good the coverage is on the IT Cosmetics type of products, and they're super lightweight on the skin. They don't feel heavy whatsoever in my opinion, so I just love it. It looks a little gray tone when you first put it on. I think it looks a little grayish, but then once it's on your skin, it's almost like it like color corrects itself. I don't think it does, but it just seems like it does. I don't know. Maybe I'm losing my marbles because that could be very well possible. So I'm just going to dab this around with my little beauty sponge. You guys like my wreath in the background there? I'm trying to decide what I want to do with it. I want to put something on it, but I don't know what I want to put on it. Right now it's just a green wreath I purchased at TJ Maxx. I found that their prices are the best for like if you want just a plain green, like a viney type of wreath. They have the best price. I looked at Target, and Target was like almost $40 for a wreath like that, and then I looked at Michael's, and Michael's was pretty expensive as well. So I was like, okay, then my last place I stopped was TJ Maxx, and I looked at their wreaths, and that one was like $24, and I was like, okay, sold. I'll take that one. So that one was, in my opinion, the best deal I could find for it. So I really like it. I like a really lush green type of wreath, especially for the summer and spring. So, and spring is just right around the corner, guys. Can you believe it? I am so darn excited. I cannot wait to get outside and start walking outside because I'm trying to work out at home and everything, trying to get my weight dwindled down. But I feel like the harder I try, the more I'm like looking at the scale and being really depressed. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And I'm watching what I eat. I mean, I'm not eating perfect. I don't eat like a great diet or anything like that. I probably should like take a better look into that part first before I start worrying about like the workouts and things like that. That's probably what I need to do. Okay, I'm trying to find places to put stuff. I need to open my drawer here so we can have like a little shelf to put things down onto. All right, so the eyeshadow primer I'm going to use today is, where's my primer? I cannot find it. I know I pulled one. Okay, here it is. I was like, I know I pulled one. So I pulled the NYX. This is the glitter primer. The reason why I pulled this is because in this nude palette, the Huda Beauty Nude Palette, I find that some of these colors in here, like these two specifically, they really need something to hold on to. And I found that the NYX glitter primer really helps that. So what I'm going to do is use that like as a second primer. You'll see what I mean here in a second. So first what I'm going to do is just go in with my color corrector on my eyelids. I'm going to use my Urban Decay Naked Skin. You guys know this is my favorite concealer. It was recently on sale at Ulta. I was going to get more, and then I looked at my stash and I was like, no, you don't need any more. You're good. You need to use what you have before you purchase more. So I did not get any more, believe it or not. So I know it happens to go on sale usually at least once or twice a year. So maybe by the next time it goes on sale that I will need some, but right now I don't. So I didn't purchase any. I'm trying to be better about what I purchase and not just hoard things, because that's not good to have like a bunch of makeup that you're just hoarding, because it does go bad. Makeup does go bad. So I don't want to do that. Now I'm going to go in with the Huda Nude Palette, and my brushes are over here sitting. I'm not sure why they're way over there, but hello, come over here. Oh my goodness. We have a disaster area here, guys. My desk is like really cluttered. Anybody want to help come clean? You are more than welcome to come on over and clean my house with me, because I have a cluttered mess today. All right, and I'm going to get my color switch because my brushes need a cleanse, but I haven't done it. I'm a little bad. All right, so I'm going to use this brush right here. This is the ECM Tools. So I'm just going to clean it off using the color switch. You guys, they have so many other products that are just like this that you don't have to actually get the color switch. I noticed when I was in TJ Maxx, they had products that were very similar to that. And I was like, huh, I should have bought one of those. But maybe I'll get one and compare and see if it actually does do the same thing. I'm going to go into this one right here that's called Bare. When I tap into Bare, tap off, and I'm just going to set my primer down. That's all I'm doing right now, basically. Set this down. I really like this palette. I have found that this palette is really beautiful on the lids. It blends out effortlessly. The colors are very pigmented. I am really enjoying this. I'm so happy that I ended up purchasing it, because I debated for it for a while, because I didn't get it when it first came out, because I was like, do you really need another nude palette? But it's not like any normal nude palette, in my opinion. I think it's a different, I don't know, it's a different style of colors and things like that, because most nude palettes are like those typical taupes and things like that. This is more of like a purpley pinky type of nude palette, and I really like this one. So I really am enjoying this. I feel like we're really bright today. Is it just me, or are we really bright? Let's see. Oh, it just got brighter. There we go. That's a better color. That looks better. Now we're not so super bright. All right, so now I'm going to go into Play. I'm just going to go in here to this to kind of like start building my crease. This, even though it doesn't look like there's much color to it, it really does have a lice. Doesn't have lice, okay? That's weird. It does have a nice color pigmentation to it, so I'm just going to build up a little bit of color in here and give myself a little bit of a crease shade. So I'll do it again. So like I said, I've been trying to work out more, and that's why I cannot wait to get outside. I'm planning on taking the doggies to the park, because I think they'll enjoy the nice sunshine and then just getting out and getting some fresh exercise, because my dogs are probably just as cooped up as I am, because I feel like this winter we've been kind of cooped up in the house. And then plus I have lots of painting projects I want to do in the house, in our house. And my husband really didn't want me painting in the winter, because you can't really open a window. Even though I know a lot of paints now don't really have those strong fumes to them, I still don't trust it. So I'd rather have a window open just in case, because it's better safe than sorry, right? So that's my opinion. So now I'm going to grab another brush here, and I'm going to go down to Tickle. I'm going to use Tickle right here. I love this shade. I think it's really pretty. So I'm just going to start putting that into basically the crease again. So anyway, yeah, we've got a lot of painting projects we're going to be doing. We have somebody looking at putting our addition onto our house, but I don't know when that will happen. I'm not sure, like anytime soon or anything like that. I have no idea. We're just got somebody looking at the plans for it, because we have an odd shaped house. It's called a gambrel style. So basically it looks like a barn style house. So our living area, which is like the kitchen, the living room, and like the setting room and things like that, are all upstairs. So our living area is everything upstairs. The bedrooms are all downstairs, so we have like the reverse floor plan. So it's a little bit more difficult to put an addition onto your house when you have an odd shaped roof, first of all. Secondly, when your house is like set up differently than what most people's is. Our house, like I said, is like the reverse floor plan. It reminds me of like a beach house, because like when you go to the beaches, it seems like if you rent a house there, almost all the time the bedrooms and everything are downstairs and the kitchen and everything is upstairs. And I'm sure there's a reason behind that. I'm sure that like when they do that at the beaches, it's because of like, first of all, probably safety reasons, because if it happens to flood, most of the electronic stuff like the kitchenwares and stuff like that, everything is upstairs, so it's a little bit safer. So I'm sure that's partly why they do it. I don't really know, I'm just guessing. Speaking of beach, I cannot wait for the beach. I am so excited. We have already planned and booked our cruise for this year, so I cannot wait to go. You guys will have to let me know. Do you want me to try to vlog anything for the cruise? I'm not a typical vlogger, but I really would like to start getting into it. Maybe even if we just vlog, you know, a couple things here and there. I don't know. You guys have to let me know what you think about that, because I really would like to, but at the same time, I don't want to give you guys stuff that you're like, I'm not interested in that. So, okay, now we're going to go into raw, and I'm just going to put that in the outer edges here. I'm going to give myself like a little bit of in the outer V here. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos lately on like celebrities and stuff like that. I watched this one, it's called My House, I think is what it's called. And it's like celebrity home makeovers. So, but it's not their houses they're making over, it's like their family. So like they would make over their mom's house or their sister's house or their whatever. Like they would make over different family members. Or the one I watched today was Gordon Ramsay. He made over one of the chefs that works with him. He made over her house, and it was so cute how they did it. So I'm like really getting into like getting my house like redone and things like that. So I'm getting excited about doing things like that. All right, now I'm going to go in with the NYX glitter primer. So I'm going to put just a little bit on my finger here, just a tiny bit. I don't need a whole ton of it. So I'm going to like share it between my two fingers. And I'm just going to tap that on the lid. I find that if I don't use this glitter primer with the actual shadows that are in this palette, I do have quite a bit of fallout. So I found that by using this and then using the glitter shades that are in this palette, I have hardly any fallout. So this does have fallout if you're not using a primer that's a little bit more sticky. So you want to wait for it to get a little bit tacky on your lid. So now that it's on there, it's definitely more tacky. So now I'm going to go in with this brush right here that my friend Brittany sent me. This is the ColourPop brush. I'm going to use this. I might use my fingers too, because I found that it works really well to use your fingers, honestly. So I'm going to go into the shade right here, which is Infatuated. Infatuated has like a, I don't know, it's got like a green and purple mix in there. It's really pretty. So I'm going to put this onto the brush. This one does pretty good because it's made for ColourPop shadows, and I feel like it picks up pretty good. My rubber brush does a great job as well. So both of those do a good job, but I find my fingertips do the best. So watch. Okay, gonna dab in and my fingertips. I'm gonna get a little bit of fallout here. You're gonna see it right there, but we'll clean that up, no big deal. Once it's on the lid is when you're gonna have no fallout because of the glitter primer you used. So that's what I like about it. Okay, so there it is. Look how sparkly that is. That is so pretty. Such a beautiful color. It almost matches my nails. My nails are like that shade where they're like green and purplish. So I really like this. My nails, the color I'm wearing today is actually a NCLA polish. I think that's what it's called. Nope, Nails Inc. Not NCLA. And it's the color Dust Dream. Dream Dust. Dust Dream. I had it backwards. I think I might be dyslexic. So it's Dream Dust. I really like this shade. I only have one coat on and it looks that good so far. I want to put another coat on, but what I like to do, and you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but I get on the treadmill or I get on the stepper, which I use the stepper. I get on there and I paint my nails right before I get on, and then they're drying while I'm working out, unless I'm doing weights with it, because sometimes I like to do weights while I'm like on the stepper. But if I know that I'm going to do weights after, then I don't do that. I do the weights afterwards, and then I can paint my nails, and it works good because they're dry by the time I'm done working out. So it works out good, like you get a 2-for deal. Now I'm going to go back into this palette. I'm going to use the shade Crave. I'm going to go in with my fingertip again. I'm going to use this shade right here on the inner corner. Look how pretty this is. This is such a gorgeous palette. To me, this is like date night for sure, or like New Year's Eve or something really fancy. Something real fancy. Like you are going to be like pinky out when you wear this palette. For sure. So now I'm going to dust away the little pieces that fell onto my face here. So I'm just going to take my little brush here. Maybe it'll dust away. I might have to wipe away. Sometimes it's better to do your foundation like after you do your eyeshadow, especially with the palette that's got a lot of glitter to it, but I can't do like my makeup that way for some reason. I've never been able to do it that way. Now I'm going to go back in and I'm going to increase the color. I'm going to go into the shade Love Bite. I'm going to increase this over here a little bit. And see, now that I've put that glitter primer on, I don't have to worry about too much fallout. So I can kind of dig around in there and it's not going to fall out. So now I'm going to just do this. You probably should technically go ahead and do all your crease work and everything before you start your glitters, which I'm sure that's what most people do, but I'm a little weird. I do everything backwards. All right, so now I'm going to blend like crazy. So I'm just going to get this Morphe brush that's a little crispy, like when you touch it, it's not super soft. I'm just going to blend my shadows. Blend, blend, blend. Blend it all in. So anyway, if you guys have any suggestions on any videos you'd like to see coming up, or if you want to tell me if you would like to see a vlog for when we do go on our vacation. We will be going, like I said, on a cruise. So maybe you want to see some cruise type videos, if you want to see like what we pack for our cruise, or if you want to see like on the cruise ship what we do on the cruise ship, or like our excursions. We haven't planned any excursions yet actually. So typically we plan our excursions ahead of time. But the last time we went, we didn't plan for a couple of the stops, and we noticed we really enjoyed not planning them and just kind of flying by the seat of your pants once you get off the boat, and that was really fun. So now I'm going to go back into Bare. I want a matte crease because I've got this bright shimmery lid color. I usually do my brows first, but we're going completely out of order today. That's all right. We'll go back in and do our brows now. All right, so now for brows, I'm using the Bodiography one. This is a Bodiography little trio. I think we got this in like BoxyCharm, and it's been a while. We've had this for a while, so it's not anything new. This is one that I think I might have gotten with BoxyCharm like when I first started with BoxyCharm. I've been with BoxyCharm, I think 3 years or something like that. I love BoxyCharm. They do not send it to me. I purchased it on my own. I have loved them for a long time, so they have their ups and downs, but I think every company does that. So I'm going to dip right into the lightest shade and then the darkest shade. I'm going to dip and then tap. And it just works perfect. This color does. When I do the color combination, I feel like it matches my brows really, really well. And for some reason, this is so pigmented that I don't have, did I even show you guys? Here we go. This just works really, really well for me. And I feel like the pigmentation is really nice. And if I get too much, it always can just be wiped away. So you don't have to worry about going in too heavy-handed like you do with a cream. I feel like when you put a cream on, I feel like if I go in really heavy-handed, that I have an issue. Then it's harder to get it off. And with the powder, I can manipulate it a little bit more at first. And then once I've set it with my brow, like whatever product I'm going to use, then I feel like it's nice and ready to go. And this, honestly, I don't really even have to set. I've actually worn this powder without setting it, and it works great. So I don't think it's necessary that you set this powder. Oh my goodness. It's nice if you know how to draw brows in. Oh, whoa, look at the difference. Like, I think brows can really frame your face. Like, this one looks a little bit dark right now, but once we do both of them, it'll look better. I promise. Or at least I hope. Can't really promise. I hope. So another thing I've been watching is a lot of like celebrities, just like backstories. Not really backstories, but just like, not really movies with them, just more or less like them doing things on their own. So like Dax Shepard. I didn't know that Dax Shepard, I don't know if you guys know who Dax Shepard is, but I really love Dax Shepard. I've loved him since I first saw him in Without a Paddle. When I saw Without a Paddle, I fell in love with Dax Shepard. His personality is like spot on with what I love about a person. I love when a person's super funny. I love when they can be serious when they need to be, but at the same time, their first priority is to make you laugh. And that's what my husband does. My husband, I think that's why I love him so much, is because he always knows exactly what to do to make me laugh, make me smile. Even if it's something that's just really goofy. I mean, I remember when some people might get offended by some of the things he says, like, because I know when I was having our second child and I was in a hospital room, and actually it was in the oh my God, I'm looking for something and I'm trying not to, okay, here, looking for my Chella Brow thing. So when I was in the operating room and they were, because I had a C-section with my second son, I had a C-section with both of my children, but with the second one, my husband was allowed to come in. So anyway, he's in there, and my husband is very weak-stomached. So he doesn't like to look at things that have to do with blood. He doesn't like scary movies because it's gory. So he doesn't like anything like that. So he's sitting behind, like they have this curtain up, and he's sitting behind me, and he's sitting there and he goes, so he's like, I wonder what it looks like. And I'm like, what do you mean what looks like? And he's like, what it looks like when the baby's coming out. And I'm like, I don't think it's a good idea for you to look. And he's like, yeah, I think I want to look. I'm like, okay. So then he like stands up and looks over the curtain. And then he sits back down very slowly and he looks at me and he goes, you know how people tell you you're more beautiful on the inside than you are on the out? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's not true about you. So for me, that was hilarious. For some people that might have been like, that's rude. For me, it was hilarious. I'm laughing and like trying not to laugh. And I'm like, dude, you're such a goofball. So anyway, that's the type of humor I like. So that's why I've been really liking Dax Shepard. I found out that he has like a podcast. And you get to know like him behind the scenes, and you get to know some other actors and actresses behind the scenes. His wife, Kristen Bell, is so freaking adorable. I love his wife. She is so darn cute. She's like, I don't know, they just make such a perfect couple. They have like the best personalities, and like I think they feed off each other's personalities really well. So I really enjoy watching him and Kristen Bell. And they have 2 little girls, and they don't really show their daughters though. They said that the reason why they do not show their children is because they want to let their children decide if they would want to be in like social media, like not really social media, but like in the spotlight, I guess, when they get older. Let them decide. So like she said in one interview that, you know, like if her daughter grows up and decides she wants to take a ton of selfies, you know, that's up to her. But for while they're little, they're going to protect them. They're not going to put them in the spotlight, which I totally respect, because I think that's admirable, because I know a lot of like celebrities kind of like sell out their kid. Like they'll sell the first picture of their child, and I'm like, come on. Like let that child decide if it wants to be in the spotlight or not. So I really like that about her. I think that's really cool that she does that. So that's like a lot of the YouTubers now that have children on their channels. So like the family YouTubers, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but a lot of the family YouTubers, they have been like they were first demonetized. I think most of their videos got demonetized. And then YouTube went back and then gave them their monetization back. But then after they did that, they took out the comment section. And the reason why they did that is because they found that there were predators online that were like kind of like saying really nasty things on these family vloggers videos. And I'm like, I don't know what the solution is, but I totally agree. You shouldn't let somebody say things like that. So this is the Pat McGrath Labs. This is the Fetish Eyes mascara. I think it's good, but I'm not so sure it's like the best mascara I've ever tried, to be honest with you. It smells very, very, very florally. It has a very strong scent to it. So if you do not like things that are scented, you are not going to love this mascara whatsoever. It has got a very strong scent to it. I definitely can tell that it's doing something for my lashes, but I just don't think that it's doing anything ultra incredible that I'm like, yeah, this is like the best mascara ever. So for me, I'm just like, it's good, but I've had better. It reminds me of the part in Jim Carrey's movie. Do you guys ever watch the movie Liar Liar with Jim Carrey? And he's in the elevator, or he's somewhere and he's with the lady that he just kissed, and she says something, how was it? And he goes, oh, I've had better. And so that's what it reminds me of. I love that movie, Liar Liar. My kids used to love that movie as well. My kids love Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is just such a good actor. I was trying to say character and actor at the same time. I remember watching a documentary, not really a documentary, but like a video on when he did The Grinch. and he talked about how long he had to be like in makeup. He was in makeup for like 8 or 10 hours or something like that. It was something crazy. I'm like, no, oh my gosh, can you imagine having to sit there all the time and then piling all that stuff on just to film for the day? And then can you imagine how uncomfortable that would be just to wear that around all day? I don't know. I admire him for doing that, but I think that's why he said he would not do a sequel to it, because he said that the makeup aspect to it was just too much. He did not like the makeup aspect because he said it was just too long just to sit there in a chair and let them be putting makeup on. So I don't blame him. That's a long time. Even though, I mean, for me, I like doing my makeup, but I'm not sure anybody would like to sit there for that long of a time. Okay, so I'll clean up my lids here in a second. So now I'm going to go in with my concealer. I'm going to use this. I'm getting a little stuffy again. I don't know if you could hear it or not, but I feel like it's a little bit stuffy. I'm going to put a little bit on my acne spot there. And it looks like I made an M. I made an M. That used to be my maiden name initial. Okay. Now we're going to dab this on. Sometimes I like to go in with the beauty sponge at first with the concealer, and then go back in with my finger, like my ring finger, and then just kind of make sure that it's all worked in really well, which is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to make sure it's nice and pushed in and no creasing. And then we're going to go in with my favorite powder to set my under eyes, which is my Becca. This is the under eye setting powder. You guys know I love this. I pulled out the Peach Perfect. The Peach Perfect works good for me for like my face, but for under eyes, nothing beats this. I have found nothing that beats this so far for me. So this is something I know I will repurchase because it works so well for me. It's so finely milled. It doesn't crease. It doesn't look cakey. It just looks good. It just looks like it just looks good. I don't know any other way to put it. I don't know any other way to put it other than I just love it. I love the way it works for me. And with my dry skin, it's hard to find things that work really well that do not make you look like you're like Tales from the Crypt. I don't think anybody wants to look like that, so that's not a goal. I don't think when anybody sits down to do their makeup, be like, yeah, I'm gonna look like Tales from the Crypt today. Not a goal. So something else I wanted to show you guys with this palette, I have found I'm not going to use anything else. You guys, I'm not going to use a highlighter. I'm not going to use a blush. I'm not going to use a bronze because it's all going to come from here. I found that I can use this palette pretty much for everything. And I was like so amazed when I figured this out. I was like, this palette might be coming on vacation with me, which I forgot there was a primer in here as well. So there was where's my primer was, because my primer isn't here. I don't know why I didn't think about that till just now, but I just did. So for blush, you can choose any of these shades, honestly, because I feel like any of these shades would work good for a blush. Today I'm going to go in with Teddy. I'm going to use this shade right here. I like to use a smaller brush when I'm doing this, when I'm using like a eyeshadow for a blush. So, but look how pretty that looks. And if you wanted to, you could use the exact same shades that you used for your eyes to do your blush, and that would look beautiful as well. So I'm going to do that. Look how pretty it looks. I mean, I think it's such a beautiful shade of blush. And I haven't had like any kind of reaction to it from doing this, because I know they say sometimes like, that's meant for your eyes only, that's meant for your cheeks only, or whatever the situation might be. But I haven't had any kind of reaction from it. So I have been doing it for a couple days, and I'm like, I really like that I can use this whole palette, and this is all I really need. Now I'm going to go in with this brush right here, and I'm going to bronze. I'm going to go down here to Secret. I'm going to use Secret. I'm going to tap my brush in very slightly, and I'm going to bronze and contour, like bronzer. That's what I like to call it. It's like a bronzer. I'm going to do it again. Tap it off. I think it just looks really pretty. It's got like a glowy effect to it, but then it just looks good. All right, now we're gonna go in and highlight. And for highlight, I've been using Crave or Daydream. So either of those two is what I've been using for highlight. So today we'll use Daydream. Now I will tell you, when you highlight with this, it does have some big pieces of glitter in there. So what I like to do is tap, try to get those big pieces off, and then go in and highlight, and it's got a little bit of sparkle in there. Sorry about that, guys. My camera cut off. I've been talking so long. So I like to go in with this right here and just tap off the big pieces of glitter, and then just highlight a little bit, and then take it down my nose. And I just think it looks so pretty, and like I really enjoy the way this turns out. I really like this look from this palette, from using all the products that are in here to highlight, to bronze, to like blush. I think it looks beautiful. Now I'm going to go back in with this little brush right here, and I'm going to use Spanked. I don't know what is on my brush here. I'm going to use Spanked, and I'm just going to put a little bit of this on my lower lash line. Don't worry, I'm not going to leave it super pink because I don't want to look like I have pink eye. Nobody wants that either. So I'm just going to smudge this out a little bit. Now I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to go down to here to Raw. So I'm going to use Raw and do like the outer portion. And try not to go too far. My brush went a little crazy. And do the same thing over here. And then for inner corner highlight, I'm going to go up to Crave. So there's what Crave looks like on my fingertip. And I'm going to tap that into the inner corner here, and then go in with a different finger and just kind of tap it out a little bit. So it's not super crazy, but there's what it looks like. Isn't that pretty? Guys, I really like this palette. This is a really, really good one. If you guys have not tried it yet, I totally recommend you try it because it's really nice. It's very, very nice. Okay, for lips, I had chose like a lip palette, the Anastasia Lip Palette, but honestly, since it's so glowy, I really have been liking just using this, the Fenty Gloss Bomb, and this one's in Diamond Milk. I like just using this. And it makes everything just kind of so glowy together. I feel like it looks like summer-like. So there's what it looks like. It looks super summery in my opinion. I think I just look like we're ready for vacation. So I can pull my little clip thing out and let my crazy hair down. I need to style my hair. My hair looks like crazy right now. But that's what it's looking like, guys. Oh, I need to clean up my lid still. So if you have any kind of mascara on your lid, you can just tap long and it'll take it off, but it doesn't really take the glitter off. So that's really good because that glitter glue is doing its job. So there is today's finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed today's Get Ready With Me and me just super rambly chatting along today. I don't really have any subject that I was talking about. I was just like kind of rambling. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know again about that summer vlog, what you would like to see, because I would like to share some things with you guys. I am in the works of making some spring decor videos, so I'm working on that as well. So I hope you guys are excited about that. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Go out and enjoy your day. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.